Alright, guys. You got through the tunnel to enter the city, and you're close to actually stepping within the city. Are there any last things you'd like to do before we start? Or say, or hold your peace? Sounds like you're all
Or
holding your peace.
about what?
I
Did
asked if
the
there's any
giants
last
tell
things you
us
want to do
anything
before you
about?
step into the city.
I think we're going.
Yeah, I know that part, but
Did the giants tell us anything? They were guarding this place.
you guys kind of just asked some questions and then moved on. I don't think any of them really were directly about the city.
Okay. Well,
More like, why
then,
are you attacking us?
I mean, they attacked us first.
This is true. Just following orders, you know. You know how it is. Evil tyrant tells you to do shit, you do it.
Well, we forgave the giants. They're attacking us, I guess. I don't know. But we're going in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not evil enough for this place.
That's what they're that's what I don't know.
Mantis in Kingmaker, you can be a house cat and then awaken before your allies.
I can? Okay, I'm being that.
We're gonna freak your allies out. Okay. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Let me get some water in my throat because I'm gonna read a lot.
Yep.
Okay. So we got two maps. We got this map where I'm just gonna kind of show you, reveal the rest of it. But then we have a more zoomed in version of the city.
So this looks like a little sliver of a city that was like this looks like it was a massive city that just got covered up in all these volcanoes and stuff.
This tabla? How do you say that? I'll figure it out later. Defies belief. A narrow mountain pass opens into a glacial valley extending north and then turning to the west at the base of the vast mountain at the far end. Filling this valley is an ice-capped city of enormous proportions. The near end is mostly blocked by a huge fortress of smooth black stone with multiple towers rising from its high walls. Exiting the bailey of this fortress is a massive causeway of gold that dominates the city as it travels down the center of the vale. Enormous towers and spires of many-colored stone pack both sides of the central thoroughfare, rising to extreme heights and giving the illusion that the road itself is a valley. A eastern slope of the valley has been partially subsumed by an ancient volcanic flow, Nearly a quarter of the city appears to have been buried. That section is now little more than a great mass of ice, with a jagged angles and peaks of ruined structures poking through its topmost layer here and there. Where the valley curves slightly to the west, the structures, if anything, grow even larger, becoming truly gigantic as they climb up and over the rocky spur. At the far end of the valley, the city abuts the lower slope of a truly massive peak. Yet the city builders appear to have taken no heed of this change in slope, for the great causeway merely elevates to a steep angle and continues to climb the incline in a nearly straight line, transforming into an immense stairway. Additional buildings cling precariously to the mountain face alongside the causeway, growing even larger and more impressive as they ascend. The gigantic buildings finally give way a few thousand feet above, but the mighty road continues to wend its treacherous way to just below the mountain's peak. There, a spired citadel looms, its size of proportions truly magnificent. It, too, fails to summit the mountain. Instead, its topmost spires end just below the dominant face of a stern man, carved into a peak of the mountain and surveying the city below. The otherworldly quality of this strange panorama is further reinforced by the sound of the cold wind slicing across the high peaks, making strange cries and shrieks in the thin mountain air. I think Amara has control weather, so like those will be kind of 3 miles away from you, but you know that this... You're not controlling
mine got
weather?
dispelled, remember?
Oh, you never recasted it? Okay.
I didn't have time. You're like, it's dispelled, and then we were here.
You guys had plenty of time before the ghost road and everything.
I cast it before we, like, right before we teleported, and then you were like,
Yeah.
it's dispelled now, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, hers
And we
was
haven't
stronger.
rested since then.
Okay, you could try again. That's the thing is maybe you can recast it as a stronger, kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Just not right now.
Yeah. Which means that you guys are dealing with weather effects then. And I completely blew that stuff off. But you have the life bubble still, right?
Yeah, that'll
that
protect us
protect
against
from
most stuff, just not, like, shit tons of snow.
Cold.
And, like, extra super cold.
Okay. Well, in a way, you guys are actually kind of above the clouds, so it's not like snowing per se, it's just cold. So do you guys have endure elements?
Yeah,
have endure
and life
elements for
bubble
cold
counts as
specifically.
endure elements.
Okay, then you guys are fine for the most part on that. Matt, to answer that question, they released the first book, which means that they have intentions of releasing the rest of the books. It's a little bit more expensive than the
Okay.
Kingmaker one, which tells me that they maybe made more efforts into it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep my eyes on them and wait and see if they at all go on a sale. But if we start the adventure before they go on sale, I'm just gonna buy the first one and then purchase as we go, hoping that they'll go on sale. The Crimson Throne one, just an FYI, might not be the updated version of Crimson Throne. It might be the old release. I have to double check because their wording was kind of awkward. Okay, so yeah, you guys then, it's really just a matter of that life bubble protecting you guys right now from, extreme colds. You're at the highest mountain peaks in existence on this planet.
Oh, we're next to the Galarian version of Mount Everest. Nice.
Basically.
Yeah, basically. Still loading this Shinsha Lost map. It's probably pretty big, huh?
Not
Yep.
that big.
Well, hey, it just says lower city, so it's pretty big. Now's not the time to get greedy, Abysm. Oh, look at that handsome man in the
Is
stone.
that handsome man Karzog?
I think that's Zin.
Probably.
We can ask the game master. Is that Zen?
Let me look at its
What,
face.
the statue?
That looks a lot like Karzog.
For some reason, I assumed it was Karzog. Isn't this? Is this his city?
I'm pretty sure this is his city.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this is it.
This isn't
But,
like-
you know,
this
who
isn't like the
originally made
capital
this
of,
was
like-
Zin.
Well, okay. So, Zin was an empire, a ruler. Shalast is the city itself. So, empire rules city. So, this is Jins Empire of the city of Shalast.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's something like each province has like a Shin, whatever the... Like,
Right.
that's... All the capital cities are named that, if
Each
I remember right.
Runelord city
That was like-
had, in front of their name. And so this
Like, there was
Karzog
Shin-
city.
Shin some other things thing, yeah. But
Right.
like, because I remember that we were looking up stuff, they mentioned some other city names, and like all the capital cities pretty much were Shin something another. Shin
Right.
Shalos just happened to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So basically the Thessalonian Empire. As for the mountain face, top of my head, I actually don't know. Let me look.
I will cry if, upon defeating this evil rune lord, these volcanoes bury this city forever.
Maybe.
An idea. Okay.
The marvels
I should
I
probably
see
cast
here
the spell
rival
now
those
that
of
we've
even
reached-
Kadim.
Careful what you say to the game master. They might just do it.
I have a bad habit.
That's my
of keep,
rule
like,
for now
doing
on.
that.
Especially to Pluto.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that. Just giving saying all the different bad things the DM can do.
But then
to
you're
us.
gonna think you're psychic. Because you're gonna like, man, everything I say happens. I can
Oh,
use
no.
this.
I'll be like, aha, I know what's going on here. They did take my idea. Even if it wasn't.
I'm so
Even if it wasn't
clever.
my idea. But like, you can be like, oh, I was gonna do that anyway. I'd be like, sure you were.
I was watching this anime, I forget the name of it, but the concept at the beginning was that this character could see the future and she would predict all of these terrible things that would come to pass. And then later on, when it gets near the end of the series, it's revealed that she's not predicting the future, she's dictating the future. She has the power of making things happen. And so because she's so pessimistic, when she says, oh, these terrible things will probably happen, they do happen because she's the one that's making it happen.
Oh man.
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I'm that character in Pathfinder.
I seem to not be on the map.
Yeah, I don't see your token. You're not there. Maybe you're underneath somebody.
Sorry, was in the middle of doing stuff and stuff and more stuff.
I
Amara is
cast
a
a spell on
kaiju.
all of us.
I'm looking for something.
What
I can't
spell's
find
that?
it.
She can rampage the city.
I'm
Roar!
pretty sure I have like a Phantom Steed that Abysm cast for me still.
Yep, that'll last until it dies.
I cast Veil on us.
Now, what is Veil?
Is
It
protect
changes
you
our
from being
appearance.
scryed on?
It's a mass
Oh, okay.
disguised person for a long time.
What do we look like now?
Different. Do you have a specific look that you want?
Just not like ourselves, because there might be wanted
Yeah.
posters of us all over this city.
Definitely not like ourselves.
The city doesn't. Yeah, I was thinking giant, but if we can do that.
I look like a 3-foot tall giant.
Well, Amara has the size proper.
Yeah.
I technically could make us look like giants. It would just be a shaky disguise.
I could probably just make myself look like a freaking red cap or something.
Oh, what about those cultists? Weren't you guys chasing some cultists? Way back at the beginning?
Yeah. I mean, back when I first started this, got involved with this mess, it was all, it was because of the Brothers of the Seven or whatever. They had a Sahedron rune as their symbol.
So you guys gonna work on a disguise before you come in?
I mean, I guess we're just deciding if we have a specific disguise we want to do, or if it's just going to be like, you know, not as ourselves, you know? Like, yeah, we could be... Like, make Nizzo just looks like a different gnome, you know, so he doesn't look like Nizzo.
Okay, as a reminder,
I'm just doing
you guys
minor
are above
details on me.
15,000 feet above sea level.
Okay. Because I'm reading the whatchamacallit, disguise skill here, because this, even though we get a magical disguise, this is still dependent on the disguise check. Disguising someone as a different race, which I guess cat to stone giant would be count as different race, is a -2, so not too bad. But I'm just going to do minor details on myself to make me look like a different person.
Right.
Maybe different clothes.
Well. Especially because my disguise skill is not very good. I don't have any ranks in it.
You can't make me look like a different air elemental.
I take that back. I have 1 rank in disguise.
Well, I can make you look like a cloud giant.
You can make
It would just be a
yourself
-2.
look like a different air elemental.
I could.
I'm not sure if it uses my disguise roll or somebody else's, or like uses Henrik's. I'm not really sure how that works.
I think
The
it uses
person
mine.
who disguises you is the one who does the roll.
Okay. So yeah, he probably just disguised me as like a different gnome, an evil gnome.
So here's my own disguise check. It's a
Okay.
24. And I can disguise Nizzo as well as a different gnome. I can make you a halfling. That'd just be a -2. Well, different gnome works just as fine since we get the +2, the +5 for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably for the best.
Amara, do you want to be a cloud giant?
Could be recognized otherwise. Like it's that famous locksmith.
Uh,
Is that what Nizza wants to believe?
Oh man, there's interviews with me in the Locksmith Monthly magazine.
Star Fox, what do you want to be?
I'm a pretty big Star Fox. I think might still be AFK on the phone.
Oh, Mantis, what do you want to be? The Cloud Giant?
Sure.
Okay.
So, wait a second. You can't make a medium thing a large thing, and he's an air elemental, so...
You can. I can make someone that is medium-sized appear to be large-sized.
Okay.
That's part of the spell.
But if they were in combat,
Well, that's also just
they're
a
not gonna
function of the
qualify
disguise
as
skill.
large size.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But aren't cloud giants
But I mean,
huge?
you could do that even without magic.
Cloud giants
it's
are
just
huge.
in the disguise skill.
Yes, a frost giant
Yeah.
would be large.
But in the disguise skill, it says disguised as different size categories and -10 to the check modifier, so you can do that. Just even like with mundane things, like a disguise kit.
Stone giants are large.
Yeah. But this magic gives us a +10 and it lasts for a long ass time. This disguise is really good because we smell like the thing that we're turning into, and we feel like the thing we're turning into. So, yeah, it's much less opportunities for the opponent to check against our disguise. Alright, so I'm going to make Amara a Cloud Giant since they are huge and you're currently huge right now.
Okay.
18 for you. What about Diana? Do you want to make her maybe a different kind of animal?
Why is that one only +8 while the other ones were +15?
Because the modifier for yours is -2, but we get a +5, so the difference is 7. There's a 7, difference.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a +5 to our base +10, but you're getting a -2 to your base +10.
I understand.
So yours is much lower.
Okay.
Let's just have Diana be a different kind of big cat.
A different kind
Dear
of big cat.
players,
Snow tiger or
which
something.
one of you is actually wearing the Sihedron rune as an amulet? Any of you?
Alright, that's Diana. So what about Leopold?
I mean, I'm wearing the fake one we.
I'm
had,
aware of
the
that,
fake
but
ones
an
we had made.
actual Sihedron rune, which one of you is actually wearing, if any?
I don't know
No, I'm
anybody
wearing the
else.
fake one.
Nobody?
None of us?
Great, thank you. That's all I need to know. If for any reason you put that on, I need to know.
Leopold, I don't know if we have a real one with us.
We do.
You do.
Oh, we do? We
Yeah,
just don't have
because
it.
I had it. That was the one that we used to craft the other ones.
Yeah, it's in his.
I took that one and I
something.
fabricated 4 more.
Make Leopold into I don't know.
A different cat.
Arctic cat.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. No.
Chihuahua?
Yeah. The neighbors here have some chihuahuas, and they have like 3 of them, and only one of them barks. It's the
Well,
one
that's not
named
bad.
Piper.
That's not so bad. It could be worse.
Why are you rolling so shit?
It really only barks when you're outside, and then it only barks like for a little while.
Listen, the
before it gets
rolls
tired
don't
of
really
it.
matter.
The rolls don't matter until somebody has a reason to scrutinize you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, because these disguises are so good and magical, they only get checks if they, like, if they're like, if they get suspicious, which, I mean, they shouldn't be, since we're not trying to impersonate anybody, like, specific.
Right.
Can you make me look like Karzog?
See, that might
I
be
can.
a good way to get people to be suspicious.
I think the spell says you can't mimic specific individuals.
Amara, what size are you right now? Qualifying size?
Huge.
Okay.
Well, we just have to succeed on a disguise check to duplicate the appearance of a specific individual.
Can I get somebody to roll a percentage? Just one. Okay. You guys are in the city. What would you like to do? You have your disguises. You're feeling not evil, but you think you might appear as qualified evil.
Okay. I guess let's have a look around.
Yeah, I am keen on exploring a little bit, despite the pressing.
Okay.
Well, we want to find this. I was just gonna say that we want to find this, like, because we got a hint that there may be people who could help us here that are maybe aren't with Karzog.
Where did we get a hint like that?
The quill.
You were absent?
Oh. Okay.
And we need to go find ways to be helpful to them. Or
Is the
useful
road
at
still
something or other. That's
Is the
what
road
quill
still
told
gold
us.
leaf?
Yes. The road is gold.
But gold leaf, not solid.
Do you want to check?
Yes.
It might be solid gold.
Abysm starts checking the bricks. It is painted gold, so no, the bricks are not solid, but it is definitely real gold,
Okay.
painted on, thick enough
What
to
a
where
cheap
it doesn't
cop.
just wear down.
Okay.
The ruined road branches here, a narrow route leading around to the west, while the main thoroughfare passes through a looming stone wall flanked by glossy black towers. It seems to be some sort of ancient gateway to the city proper. A dark mass of gritty, rocky ice presses up against the fortress's northern face. The ancient lava flow apparently stopped, but only just by the stone walls. So that's this here.
Do we want to check the fortress or try to avoid it?
Now, just as a reminder, your characters, you don't know what's behind all of this stuff. So just because all the maps were revealed, don't just be like, well, we can totally route this way and avoid stuff. So you don't know you can do that. And if you guys start acting that way, I will start hiding the map. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I zoom myself in so I can only see around us.
Yeah.
So I just know that there's a road that looks like it goes around to the left, and then there's the road that goes through the gates.
Right. It's a much thinner path that goes off to the left, and then the gate road obviously looks like it's the main road that you're following. And these walls are what appear maybe 50 feet thick. I'm not sure if you can really tell that from where you're standing, but for future knowledge. And they're 75 feet high. And some of the towers are as high as 200 feet. So it seems like some of them bury, some of them are taller than the others.
Well, if I was a resident here, the fortification would be a place that I would consider living in. So if we wanted to see if we could make contact with the residents, this might be the way to go.
Or we could see if we can get into the city through the main gate. Follow the main road to wherever it leads.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing then?
It sounds like it.
Alright then.
Okay, and just because your tokens are on this map, you guys are like tiny compared to this map.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we maybe use like one of those diamond things or something to represent our characters?
Okay, because we are going to use this map for like combat situations, just more over on the picture. So I'll just move your tokens over there. You can put yourselves in whatever marching order you prefer. And then, yeah, I can get you a token. What do you want? You want a diamond or an X? Or...
A flag? Do you have a flag?
I have a pink flag. I have a cyan flag.
Sure, we'll be a pink flag. Let's go.
Wait, where's my pink flag? Well, it's a marker. Here you go. It's not the greatest. Here. That's better. Okay, so you guys opt to approach the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You guys begin to approach the gate. How do you plan to do that? Just in the open? Nobody's stealthing.
We are
I'll hang back.
disguised.
Approaching the gate.
But I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're in disguises, so it's like, if we're going to the main gate, obviously, presumably,
Okay.
we want to. We don't want to be stealthy, because we're supposed to be here.
You're supposed to be here. Okay, then you guys do that. You
What about this
approach the
path
gate.
beside the main gate?
Sorry, what's that?
What about over here? This seems to go past the gate.
Okay, Matt, this is what I was talking about.
Right, but we don't know that. You didn't hear what Secret just said?
I guess I. What happened to the map?
You failed.
Module over. We're blind. It's like one of those
Rock's all
choose
we
your
all
own
know.
adventures. Do you go left or do you go right?
You don't get to know
Yeah,
what's
it's
behind
just
Left,
it.
you lose.
Your characters cannot see an aerial view of the city, so therefore you don't get to know these things.
I think we wanted to try and make contact was what I thought the plan was, so this seemed like where we would most likely find people. It's at the fortress.
Oh, okay.
Okie dokie. Then you guys do that. You approach the gates as if you're meant to be here, and you're all just making your approach, and you see something. You can't identify it yet because it's just kind of on the rooftop, kind of behind it, but you think you've been spotted, and it becomes extremely obvious when you hear a loud crack from behind the walls.
Okay.
Like the door opening, perhaps?
No. Some of you guys might identify this item as a thunderstone.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Now, the thunderstone is not like directly on top of you guys, so therefore it's not going to have its effects on you, but it's loud enough to know that, okay.
It's a warning shot.
And then you do indeed see an individual that hails you, and it speaks in Thessalonian.
Oh, fortunately we all speak that too.
This vaguely humanoid creature has a vulture's head and wings for arms, and wields an enormous bow in its taloned feet.
That doesn't sound like a person. It sounds like a demon.
We're all people here.
Interesting.
And it speaks in Thessalonian and it says, "Halt! State your business."
Returning from an important mission. Great. Just keep my rolls from yesterday.
I say we've come here because of the rumors of the Runelord rising. We want to witness what's going on here.
Witness his greatness.
And as you guys are explaining yourselves, 3 more of these things appear on the roof.
Okay.
Okay.
I tell him we've come here to see Karzog.
I mean, not directly, of course, most likely, but...
We've come here to see the Runelord.
Okay. You see them all like sizing you guys up. And then they kind of like all turn to each other and they're whispering. And you can't really hear what they're saying. And after a moment, they look back at you and say, "Okay, you bear amulet."
That's right.
Then they say, "Do not touch our Oryx. If you want to purchase for food, you can. But if we ever catch you in here taking them for free, oh, your life will be mine."
What did they say? Our Aurochs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a herd
Yeah,
animal.
Yeah, that's right. They're cows.
All right, cool.
And the gate starts opening.
All right.
And
Yeah,
as you
boy.
We
guys...
move our blob inside.
Yeah, and if you pass in, you'll see these giant mountain aurochs. There's over 24 of them.
I'm gonna try to read their
Herded
surface
into
thoughts.
kennels.
Hey! Rolled a nat 20.
Like that
The
matters.
Probably
Urk
won't
surface
matter.
thoughts?
No, the bird things. I'm trying to read their surface thoughts.
With your
I
crazy,
wanna
like,
read their
read
mind.
mind sense motive.
Yeah. It's very unlikely to succeed, but if they
Hey,
don't
you
have
rolled a natural
ranks
20,
in
though.
bluff, right? If they don't have ranks in bluff, it might work.
So, for the most part, you get the feeling that they're used to dealing with rebels, and that they're trying to make sure that they assert that I got my eye on you, don't touch my shit, and I'll leave you alone. Kind of.
But otherwise, they don't really care that much.
They don't care about
They're
you.
just
For the
being
most part, you
sentry.
think, while they were like observing you, you feel like once they all saw the Sihedron symbol on your guys' amulets, the fake ones, that was like enough for them.
Yeah. Okay.
What are these things? Now that we're a little bit closer, is there knowledge?
Do knowledge.
Knowledge.
One moment. Nature.
Eh.
Okay.
It must be some kind of, like, thing then, like animal or, I don't know. They don't look like animals. Maybe they're fey.
These are monstrous humanoids. These foul creatures are a disgusting cross between humanoids and condors, also known as the Eaters of the Dead. The Koutamas are the lowest order of the Lamia kin, lacking even standard Lamia's capability to spell-like abilities. They not only serve the function of the common soldiers and scouts, but are also left to take care of the disposal of bodies, garbage, and other wastes, most of which they feed upon. This habit results in their foul appearance and disease-ridden bite. Often wield giant bows in their powerful talons, holding the weapon in one talon and pulling the bowstring with the other in order to fire arrows of devastating effect. These creatures dwell particularly in thin air among upper peaks of desolate mountain ranges, where they have gathered in enclaves of gluttonies. They have lived in a state of static barbarism since the diaspora following the fall of diaspora following the fall of the Thessalonian Empire. In the thousands of years since the civilization's collapse, these Lamia kin have migrated to many mountainous regions throughout Galarian. They carry diseases. It's not
Let's
fun.
see, Summon Monster 8 can get you Elder Elementals. That's pretty cool. Or you just get 1d3 off of Summon Monster 7 table. Or whatever it is.
But for the most part, they're extremely effective with bows, ranged attacks, and their reflexes are their best saves. They don't really have weaknesses or strengths. They do, however, they are immune to disease and magic missiles specifically.
That's an odd immunity.
I know, right? I'm not sure why. Maybe it says why. No. Can't magic missiles these. It's one thing.
Yeah, they have like a shield effect, I guess.
Maybe.
So what does their little enclave here look like? Is it all muddy and like crude?
No. It's more like frozen surface. Because remember, you guys are really high up in the mountains. It's midwinter and it's freezing fucking cold up here. So there isn't mud. If there was mud, it's frozen in its position that it ever was. But since you're high up in the mountains, it never really, yeah. There's no there's no mud. It's just frozen surface. It's not really slippery. I don't know if you've ever walked on frozen mud before.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like that. You know, it's not like there's any water or mud in the ground for the most part. These creatures, perhaps you don't know how they're getting fed, but you do see water trough.
Well, I was going to look at the Aurochs and compliment them. These are fine Aurochs you have here. What do you feed them?
Oh, what the appraise was?
Yes.
I was using appraise to see how valuable the bird people were.
One of them
These
says,
fat.
"It's none of your business. If you want to buy, you buy. Other than that, get going."
How much?
He says 100 gold. You take whole thing.
Oh, I don't have that much money.
Probably would.
I spent all my money getting here to Zinshalas.
That seems like a reasonable price. I think I
Alright,
shall
well-
purchase one of these.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Abysm, with your appraise score, you know that that's a steep price for these, but then again, you've never lived in the mountains where you can't exactly find food, so...
No, that's fine. That's why I'm not bargaining. This is going to segue into something else. I'm accepting their price.
Okie dokie. And so he's happy about it, and he like comes trotting over, and he's like, good. Now pick one.
So as I'm looking through them, I will casually ask, who else might we encounter while we're up here?
What do you mean? More like you, or bigger? Well, more like that one. And he points over
There.
to Amara.
They inhabit the rest of the city? They trade for you with Aurochs?
More arrive every day. More recently. A bunch came in. Big
Business must be
ones,
good.
like that one.
I
But
see.
look more
probably
like
eat a lot.
rock, not so much flowy and fluffy.
Didn't one of the giants say something about being drawn to Karzog? Or drawn here? Like something was calling them?
They were invited.
Ah, yes, okay. I will pick a fine-looking Auroch and exchange the cash with them. You said these are giant Aurochs?
So...
They're mountain Aurochs. A little bit sturdier and bulkier, I'd imagine.
Let's introduce you to your pet. This here is your pet.
He's advanced!
Hooray!
I'd recommend don't give it like a dagger or anything, because you'll probably leave it somewhere and never get it back. That's gonna be if Mandus, if you play an awakened cat, I'm gonna play an awakened pony.
Oh god.
That
What have I
with
started?
a magic dagger. That they got left behind by Nizzo. He's gonna be looking for Nizzo.
Oh shit.
Like, where is he? He abandoned me. He's gonna worship Callistria and he's out for revenge.
Alright, don't close that.
Anyway,
It's yours.
I keep Diana from having her mouth water too hard.
Well,
Oh, it's
size-wise-
huge!
No, it's large.
No, it says huge. Neutral huge animal.
Its space is large.
Normally an Auroch's supposed to be large.
But these are giant Aurochs.
Did Paizo fail?
I'm
It
just
says
from the
advanced
description that's given
giant
here.
Aurochs. But then it references 3 different pages on the bestiary. 174, 294, and 295. So are the templates on
294 and 295 are the templates, yeah.
So it might actually be physically larger, and they might not have sized it up. It says -2 size, so I don't think they changed the
That'd be huge.
space.
Yeah, that's huge.
Let's change that for that.
Yeah, wow.
Here we go.
Yeah, the space
Yeah, sure.
reach is wrong.
Its reach will be like 10, though. It's not going to be...
Its reach might still be like 5, if it's huge. Huge cats still have 5 reach.
Okay, then maybe still 5. I don't...
Wow. This thing towers over me.
Yes. It's a lot of meat.
It's actually,
Kids will be fed
yeah,
for
actually
like
that
a
months.
price
mammoth.
seems a lot. That price seems a lot more reasonable now.
I wonder if I can ride it.
I could talk with
I'm
it.
sure you could.
I probably will once we get away from here a little bit. I'll be like, ask him what he's seen.
You can always try riding it. I guess you don't know if it's trained or not.
I'll hold off for now. But that'd be kind of cool. I'd be sitting up between its horns with the reins attached to the tips.
You want me to
So
try
you're
to
a
get it
giant-
to hold still? And I'll put you up there?
That's okay. I'm actually just going to... I intend to trade this to the next group of people for information from them as a sign of goodwill. By the time I get to the end, I'm going to have like a couple of golems that I traded up for this Auroch through successive
Nice.
trades.
Yeah, as we I'm gonna wait till as we start walking away. But when we do, I'm gonna use my spell-like ability to speak with animals and like talk to the Arak. I can speak with animals once a day.
That sounds like a plan.
I don't know if it'll tell me much because I mean it's an Arak, so I mean, you know. But you know, I mean, maybe it saw something interesting.
But we know at least now that it can expect a sizable number of giants and other cultists. That
Yeah.
Karzak's forces are growing by the day.
So yeah, I'll do that. Like, I ask the Oryx if it's if he's seen anything interesting. What's life been like up here in the mountains? I'm new in town.
Are you asking these things?
I'm asking the Arak after we leave.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking using speak with animal. Mr. Arak, how is life up here? I think I can use sense motive too to read its surface thoughts too. if it can't like fails a bluff check, which it probably will, because it like against my opposed sense motive, because it probably doesn't actually have points in bluff.
So, your response is food. Get
I mean, it's
food.
probably not. Yeah, it's probably like pretty boring answers, but
I get food. Yeah.
Let's awaken it and then anthropomorphic animal on it.
Nope, already awakened
Did
something.
the
Only one at a time.
did your previous did those guys take good care of you?
Food. Get food.
Yeah, it seems pretty content, I guess. And I'm gonna read its surface thoughts to make sure that it's not trying to, lie to me or something. Read your mind. So this whatever this number is
Pretty
minus
sure
20.
it wants food.
Huh. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay.
Maybe it'll give you more information if you give it food.
Do I even have food
I
I
don't-
can eat?
I don't know what it eats. The other guys wouldn't tell me.
Hey, what do you
So,
like to eat? What do you like to eat, Mr. Arak?
Grass.
You just want grass? I don't know if we'll be able to find any of that here.
Yeah, I wonder where it comes from all the way up here.
What about grain?
Green.
I think grain.
It
would
like
work if we
licks
have any
its
grain.
lips.
If we have grain or ways to come about getting grain, then that'll probably be perhaps easier to do. I
What
don't
about
actually
red
have any.
meat and red wine?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't want red meat.
Oh, I know. That's
we
just
have
what the
create-
English fed their elephant that they had in like 1300.
Oh yeah, that's nice. They're like, look at this thing. It has to be a predator, right?
Yeah, it's so large. It must be a predator.